Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, I want to talk to you guys real quickly about YouTube and Miss Reginae Carter. Now, before I get into Miss Reginae Carter, y'all know when I came to y'all back in December and I told you guys I was moving some of my content over to Patreon, okay? And keep in mind that's still going on, okay? Content will continue to be over on Patreon and I will be putting content over here on YouTube as well. And yes, you will be seeing snippets of some of my content over on Patreon because a lot of people may not know where my content has gone. I have had quite a few people hit me up and on the comments and stuff like, hey, have you did the Real Housewives of Potomac review yet? I don't see it, or the Love and Marriage Huntsville or whatever. So that's why I drop my snippets so that people know exactly where to go and where to find that content at. And it's over on Patreon. Okay. The reason I started doing that was because YouTube definitely played on my top for the month of November. They definitely took a chunk of coin from me. All right. This is not the first time YouTube has done this to creators because it happened back in 2020 and Forbes wrote an article on it, but YouTube never did anything. They didn't fix it. They didn't try and correct it. They didn't do nothing. And I feel like since then they've continued to play on my top. I feel like they've been doing it for like the past few months, and I've definitely kind of mentioned that in another one of my videos as well. But I wanted to come to y'all to tell y'all about Ms. Reginae Carter because I have been on other YouTube pages and I can kind of see when I look at views and I look at the subscriber count and stuff, I see where things it's not really aligning. You feel what I'm saying? Some stuff isn't really adding up. And I just feel like YouTube just be on some fugaziness. For example, right? Like you may see where somebody may have 2,000 views on a video, or maybe I'll just say 1,000 or something on a video. But behind the scenes, they probably have like 4,000 views on that video. But to you guys, it only shows like 1,000. And I kind of feel like that may be a little problem in my opinion, because I feel like a lot of times when people are looking for content, they may look at who has the most views. So based on the most views, it may, or a healthy amount of views to them, that may be deemed as more interesting. So they'll probably, click on those videos. Not saying they shouldn't, but I kind of feel like it kind of hurts some other people when YouTube don't accurately and quickly, you know what I'm saying? Report accurate like views and stuff like that. But either way, this kind of goes into what I was about to say about Miss Reginae, because she actually took to Twitter to call out YouTube. And I feel like a lot of people don't really call out YouTube for real. For a lot of people don't. I mean, there are some people, and then there are a lot of people that don't say that. So I was just kind of like, I'm clapping a little bit like, girl, even if nothing happens, because girl, the support help team, like, let's be honest, girl, they're not that helpful for real, for real. But even if nothing happens, at least Reginae is speaking about it, so people know, like, for real, YouTube really do be back here playing on people's top, like, for real, for real. So let's go ahead and get into what Reginae had to say. So y'all know, first of all, before we get into it, Reginae has her own YouTube channel. She's been had the channel, but she didn't start being super active on the channel until she got with her boyfriend, Armand Warren, who happens to be a big time vlogger as well. So now she's getting into her vlogging. She vlogs like her day. She does a lot, and she does a lot of videos with her boyfriend. So she decided to come to Twitter and she calls out YouTube. She says, "So at YouTube creators, what's the reason y'all messing up my views? Is it because I've only been on here for 5 months and the impressions has been too crazy for a black creator, or I'm waiting?" And I was like, yes, girl, yes. It's like when your videos, when your impressions are like superseding like the expectations that YouTube may have for your channel with analytics, like they will, mess with your views, as I've already mentioned, but they'll also mess with like your coins and stuff. So what you would averagely get paid, they'll cut that by a lot, and then they'll use the excuse of invalid traffic, where they're trying to say, oh well, you have invalid traffic and basically those may be bots and not real people and stuff like that. But it's like, that's the point of YouTube, right? Is to grow. So a person can't control who shares their videos outside of YouTube that contributes to the growth of that video or whatnot. But YouTube's thing is they'll label it as though it's invalid traffic, and then they'll undercut your money. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm sure that's why she's complaining, like, y'all over here playing on my views and stuff like that. I'm like, you need to also look at your coin, because they playing on that too. If they're affecting your views, just like last week, something happened on YouTube where they wiped out views on, like, people's views were stuck. I know my views were stuck at like 700 or something like that on a few of my videos. And I thought it was just me, but then of course you go to Twitter, you see a few people that, may have complained, and then next thing you know, you see a notification on YouTube letting us know, like, hey, we are aware of this issue. So like they legit like wiped out all of like your views for like a certain amount of hours or whatever, and it took them like 24 hours or whatever to fix it. And this one girl on Twitter was like, so does that affect, your revenue? I'm like, girl, absolutely. If they done swiped out your stuff, like, yes, it does, ma'am. It does. Because it's based on your views. So absolutely. But I just find that really interesting, getting back to Reginae, because I think it does have a lot to do with your impressions. Like, you're a popular girl. You Lil Wayne's daughter. You Miss Toya Johnson's daughter, and you dating Armand with his little cute self, and y'all look cute together. Okay, so y'all might be goals or something for these little younger kids or whatever. And she averages over 100 and some thousand views almost every video. At minimum, I would say maybe like 140, some 150. But she gets a ton of views. And lately, I've seen where her views have been like under 100,000. And I understand if that's not like something that she's used to. So when she says, like, is it that because I only been out here for 5 months and my impressions are too crazy as a black person, I say, yes, eat. Because that's what it's giving. Like, wait a minute, what it's giving is, it seems, well, one, I don't know why they are not showing like initial views. Like, she, in her dashboard example, like if you go to her page, her latest videos, you may see she had 89,000 views on something. Well, actually, behind the scenes, she probably got 130,000, but y'all don't see that. It just looked like she's just reporting like 89,000 views. But in behind the scenes, it'll show something different. And I feel like whenever YouTube is changing things, like they're about to implement this new thing about shorts and stuff, when they are changing stuff, I think it affects, other creators when they working on stuff, they trying to figure out what they doing and all this other stuff, whatever. And then some stuff I feel like they just be effing with people because, girl, it be happening a little too much back to back, okay, for me. But I think it could also be a little bit of that too. Like, your channel could be operating outside of the range of what they had for you. If you have analytics and they are projecting that your channel hits, let's say 5,000 subscribers in the next 6 months, and you hit that within a month or two, then they're gonna be like, invalid traffic, no ma'am, scoot back, come back to the finish line, because no, how you get this many views? Absolutely not. We're not paying you that. No. Subtract the 2, divided by the 3, okay? Add the 4, and then take away 5 is what it's giving. Do you hear what I say? Okay? So it's crazy that they set their system up for you to grow in that manner, but then turn around and it's kind of like they punish you by accusing you of having invalid traffic on your channel, which is super weird because they can never really explain it. And when you ask, well, what videos are you referring to, they can't give you an answer on that either. So I really wish YouTube would stop outsourcing a lot of their work to people overseas that seem to be like hella confused when it comes down to, the questions that you really got. Okay, period. What else did she go on to say? It's so much more I want to say, but I'm gonna withhold some of my thoughts. But anyway, she goes on to say, one thing about being black, we're going to have to fight for some little SHI because MFers are so intimidated by us at YouTube creators. Be for real. All right. Let's see what else she says. She also goes on to say, maybe if y'all stop blocking me. So YouTube asked the question on Twitter, what channel should everyone know about right now? And she says, maybe if y'all stop blocking mine, they'll know about me. Ooh, so she's been over here on YouTube's head, okay? Not sure how far it's going to go, but she's been on their head, okay? She says, if I show y'all my typical views and the way it's showing, y'all will see. She says, let me find out if I have to make our own, let me find out if I have to make our own platform so our people can feel like we're actually doing something and just not bringing traffic to something for other people to be blocking you secretly, okay? I do feel like this has been something that Lovely T has talked about in the past. Shout out to her because I feel like she's definitely been somebody that's been like very, very vocal about that. But I don't really see a lot of us that may be vocal about that. So I definitely appreciate Lovely T for bringing that up in the past. Girl, girl, when it happened to me, I'm going to talk about it. I know they had snatched Bondi's channel. I'm sure that was by accident because, again, I feel like when they're making changes to their system or trying to implement new stuff, like I feel like when Bondi's channel got snatched, they were working on shorts at that time. But it was a different type of funding that they were doing for shorts or something that they were trying to do. And I think that her channel could have been got caught up in the crossfires or something like that, is what I'm thinking as I kind of look back and reflect on it, because it's like, it's just interesting that y'all have been planning on rolling out shorts in the month of February, and ever since September of last year, whatever changes or whatever practicing or whatever coding you guys are doing behind the scenes, it's affecting other, creators or whatnot. But yeah, so I just wanted to, chat about that. Yeah, Bonnie talked about it, Lovely T, myself, and then also I'm seeing Reginae, and there may be other people that have also talked about these same issues when it comes to YouTube. So definitely leave your thoughts and comments down below. Okay, I just wanted to come to y'all real quick, let y'all know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Tell you guys what's up with Reginae, and definitely reiterate, I guess you could say, re-speak on my situation for those people that were a bit clueless as to what was going on as far as my snippets and stuff. And yeah, just making sure that everybody's up to date on everything. But yeah, so that's all I got. Definitely join me over on Patreon, okay, if you'd like to get early access to some of my content and exclusive content that will only be over on Patreon. And yeah, patreon.com/JamiThatsMe. That's all that I have for you guys at this time. I thank you guys so much for watching. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.